Article number 27. 10 pinholes, pushing the paint away from its bore in a very methodical way, like perfect mounds for those holes perfectly plunged straight, and some more oblong and others pushed in more of one direction than the other. 2 holes are quite close, push the paint back and under as the main focal point of this cluster. To the right of this cluster, another 10 holes, these more spread out, and some quite long as if pushed in and then over. They look like small eyes staring out, but they're passed by as holes that will eventually need a layer of sanded spackle and another coat of paint. See the holes staring back at you? Notice how, like the almond shape of black sesame seeds pasted on a specialty loaf of bread, they mimic your eyes, reflecting in your iris, the pepper grinder that lets the small grains fall from its circular blade, decorating the chicken Milanese and roasted asparagus, dancing through the steam as if twirling in a ballet across the stage, spotlight hot but luminous against the white apparel, just missing hands as one dancer falls and the other disappears behind the curtain. The little marks as you take the fork and pierce the skin of a tartless to ensure its flatness, black holes raised mounds like an ant hill beautifully highlighted the grainy texture of graham or nuts or seeds or cookie, granular in size, combined with melted butter, and aromatic warmth before it ever enters the oven encompasses you. And you wait for the tartlet pan to come out, to fill it with custard or cake or cookie or some other sweet that gets kept together by this pre-baked golden crust. See the sweeping mark across the crust. It's from the egg white hitting the cooling surface, immediately changing it from a liquid to a solid. The little bristles on the pastry brush show how the artist moves their brush back and forth in small waves across the surface in diagonal pattern to ensure an evenness skewed. The egg whites keeps the crust nice and crunchy, so that the pumpkin filling doesn't ruin the experience. The skewer enters the thin skin that's formed on top of the pumpkin pie, once at first, then twice, thrice, as if not enough confidence to know when the pie is done. Your pie is dotted in smaller polka dots, as if planning the next move in a game of chess, 2 pawns put off to the side, captured by the other team. Another brush of egg wash on top of the little dough accoutrements. This time the waves intensify, resembling the layers found in Madeleine cookies or phyllo dough. The almost perfectly spaced distance stagnate and flake off, to be caught by your fingers, who can feel the warmth of the dough, the flaky crinkle, away at your tips. The butter coating them. You place the dough on your pumpkin pie as if constructing a new style, and cut a slice. The speckling of nutmeg and cracked pepper are showing, along with the infinite layers of dough decorating the top. On a plate of white, the crisp edge of the chilled pie is ruined by your fork entering its tip and disembodying a glorious bite of the autumnal flavors. Remember to season your pie, or it will be bland. There will be no flavor to remember if you forget the spice. And remember, the phyllo must come last, or its beautiful layers will melt away, get stuck to one another, and lose its personality. Now consider this over a cup of coffee.